The aliens had never seen anything like it. In every other conquest, the enemy surrendered when defeat was obvious. But humans fought harder when things got worse. Commander Zextar received reports from all over Earth. His forces were winning, but the cost was huge. For every human they killed, the humans took 2 aliens with them. "Sir," Kellic said nervously, "maybe we should ask for reinforcements." "Reinforcements?" Zextar roared. "We are the Galactic Council. We do not need help to defeat one primitive planet." But deep inside, the alien commander was starting to worry. These humans were not like other species. They fought like cornered animals with no fear of death. The battle raged for 3 days. The aliens controlled Earth's major cities, but the humans never stopped fighting. They attacked from sewers, from forests, from underwater. Every human seemed to be a soldier. Old people made bombs in their basements. Children carried messages between resistance groups. Mothers taught their babies to hide from alien patrols. On the 3rd night, something happened that changed everything. A young human engineer named David Kim was hiding in a damaged alien fighter. As he studied the alien technology, he noticed something important. "That's interesting," he whispered to himself. "Their shields flicker every few seconds in Earth's magnetic field." He had found their weakness. In the ruins of downtown Los Angeles, David Kim crawled out of the crashed alien fighter. His hands shook with excitement. He had discovered something that could change everything. He activated his emergency radio. "This is Engineer Kim calling any resistance forces. I know how to kill them." Across the city, hiding in subway tunnels and bombed-out buildings, human fighters heard his message. For the first time in 3 days, they felt hope. "Say again, Engineer Kim," came a voice through static. David Kim smiled as he looked at the alien ship's flickering shields. Their shields fail every 3 seconds when they enter Earth's magnetic field. "We can hurt them." The tide of war was about to turn. Main story continues. Within hours, David Kim's discovery spread to every human resistance cell on Earth. Scientists and engineers worked through the night, studying the alien weakness. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, hiding in an underground laboratory, explained the discovery to her team. The alien shields work perfectly in space, but Earth's magnetic field interferes with their power systems. For exactly 3 seconds, they become vulnerable. Her assistant, a young man named Carlos, looked confused. 3 seconds? That's not much time." "It's enough," Dr. Mitchell replied. "Humans are good at precise timing. We've been doing it for centuries, in sports, in war, in everything." The first test came the next morning. A squad of alien soldiers marched through the empty streets of Chicago. They felt safe behind their energy shields. Human bullets bounced off them like raindrops. But hidden in a building above, Sergeant Maria Rodriguez waited with her sniper rifle. She counted carefully. 1, 2, 3, now. Her bullet flew through the air just as the alien's shield flickered. The shot hit perfectly. The alien soldier fell to the ground, dead. The other aliens spun around in panic. "How did she do that?" one of them shouted in their strange language. Sergeant Rodriguez was already gone, running through the building's corridors. She had learned the most important lesson of guerrilla warfare: hit fast, then disappear. Similar attacks began happening all over Earth. Human fighters learned to count the 3-second rhythm. They timed their attacks perfectly. Alien patrols started taking heavy losses. Commander Zextar received the bad news in his command center. "Sir, we've lost 12 squads in the last 6 hours. The humans have found a way to penetrate our shields." The alien commander's face turned dark gray with anger. "That's impossible. Our shields are perfect. I saw the footage myself, sir," his communications officer reported nervously. "The humans are timing their attacks to match our shield failures." Zextar slammed his fist on his desk. "How did they figure that out so quickly?" "It took our best scientists years to understand shield technology. What the aliens didn't know was that humans were natural problem solvers. Give them a puzzle, and they would find a way to solve it. Give them an enemy, and they would find a way to beat it." The resistance grew stronger every day. Captain James Park led a group of fighters through the sewers of New York City. They carried captured alien weapons and homemade explosives. "Remember," he told his team, "we hit their supply convoy at exactly 0800 hours. Count the shield rhythm, then strike fast. His team nodded. They had been practicing the timing for days. 3 seconds of vulnerability, then 15 seconds of protection. It was like a deadly dance. The attack went perfectly. The human fighters destroyed 3 alien supply trucks and escaped before reinforcements arrived. They took the alien weapons and technology back to their hidden bases. In underground workshops, human engineers reverse-engineered the alien equipment. They combined alien technology with human innovation. The results were impressive. "Look at this," said Dr. Mitchell, holding up a modified rifle. "We took their energy weapon and added our targeting computer. Now it automatically fires during the shield gaps." But the humans' greatest advantage was not their technology. It was their determination. Every day, more people joined the resistance. Farmers became bomb makers. Teachers became spies. Children became message runners. The aliens had expected to fight an army. Instead, they found themselves fighting an entire planet. News of Earth's resistance began to spread across the galaxy. On distant worlds, other enslaved species heard whispered stories about the humans who refused to surrender. "Is it true?" asked a slave on the mining world of Kepler-7. "Did the humans really say no to the Galactic Council?" "Yes," replied another slave, "and they're winning battles." For the first time in centuries, enslaved species began to hope. If humans could fight the Council, maybe freedom was possible. Back on Earth, the aliens were losing control. Their supply lines were constantly attacked. Their patrols were ambushed daily. Their communication systems were hacked by human computer experts. Commander Zextar had to make a choice. His pride wanted him to keep fighting, but his survival instincts told him to ask for help. "Open a channel to the Galactic Council," he ordered reluctantly. When the Council leader's image appeared on the screen, Zextar tried to look confident. "Council leader, the Earth situation is more complicated than expected. Are you requesting additional forces, Commander?" the Council leader asked with a voice full of irritation. Zextar swallowed his pride. "Yes, sir. These humans are unlike any enemy we have faced. They learn too quickly, they adapt too fast, and they never give up." The Council leader's 6 eyes narrowed. "How many ships do you need?" "At least 10 fleets, sir. Maybe more." The chamber fell silent. 10 fleets meant 500 ships for one primitive planet. "You will have your reinforcements," the Council leader said finally. "But Commander, if you fail again, you will face the consequences." As the transmission ended, Zextar stared at Earth through his view screen. The blue planet looked peaceful, but he knew better now. Down there, millions of humans were preparing for the next phase of war. They had learned to fight back. Now they were learning to win. 10 massive alien fleets hung in space near Earth like metal storm clouds. 500 warships, each one carrying enough firepower to destroy a city. The largest invasion force in galactic history had come to crush one small planet. Commander Zextar stood on his flagship's bridge, watching the Earth through his view screen. This time there would be no mistakes. This time the humans would learn their place. "All fleet commanders report status," he ordered. One by one, alien captains confirmed their readiness. Fleet 1, ready to attack. Fleet 2, weapons charged. Fleet 3, standing by. Zextar smiled with satisfaction. "Begin the final assault on—" His words were cut off by an urgent alarm. The communications officer looked up in panic. "Sir, multiple contacts appearing behind us." Zextar spun around to face the main screen. His blood turned cold. Emerging from behind Earth's moon came ships. Human ships, dozens of them. They were sleek and deadly, built with a combination of human engineering and captured alien technology. "Surprise," came a voice over the communication channel. "We've been building in secret." Main story continues. The human fleet moved with perfect coordination. At their head flew the UES Defiance, Earth's new flagship. On its bridge stood Admiral Sarah Martinez, the former general who had refused to surrender. "This is Admiral Martinez to all human vessels," she announced. "Today we take back our home. Today we show the galaxy what humans can do." Behind her, Captain David Kim, the engineer who had discovered the alien weakness, worked at his tactical station. "Admiral, all ships report ready. Operation Freedom is a go." The alien commanders stared in disbelief. Where had these ships come from? How had the humans built a fleet so quickly? The answer lay in humanity's greatest strength, their ability to work together when threatened. While the aliens had been fighting guerrilla battles on Earth's surface, human engineers had been secretly building in the asteroid belt. Using captured alien technology and human innovation, they had created something new. "How many ships do they have?" Zextar demanded. His tactical officer checked his sensors twice before answering. 150 ships, sir. They're using our own technology against us." Zextar spun around to face the main screen. His blood turned cold. Emerging from behind Earth's moon came ships. Human ships, dozens of them. They were sleek and deadly, built with a combination of human engineering and captured alien technology. "Surprise," came a voice over the communication channel. "We've been building in secret." Main story continues. The human fleet moved with perfect coordination. At their head flew the UES Defiance, Earth's new flagship. On its bridge stood Admiral Sarah Martinez, the former general who had refused to surrender. "This is Admiral Martinez to all human vessels," she announced. "Today we take back our home. Today we show the galaxy what humans can do." Behind her, Captain David Kim, the engineer who had discovered the alien weakness, worked at his tactical station. "Admiral, all ships report ready. Operation Freedom is a go." The alien commanders stared in disbelief. Where had these ships come from? How had the humans built a fleet so quickly? The answer lay in humanity's greatest strength, their ability to work together when threatened. While the aliens had been fighting guerrilla battles on Earth's surface, human engineers had been secretly building in the asteroid belt. Using captured alien technology and human innovation, they had created something new. "How many ships do they have?" Zextar demanded. His tactical officer checked his sensors twice before answering. 150 ships, sir. They're using our own technology against us." "Impossible. We've been watching them." "Sir," the officer said quietly, "they built these ships inside hollowed-out asteroids. We never saw them coming." Admiral Martinez opened a channel to the alien fleet. "Commander Zextar, this is Admiral Martinez. You came here to make us slaves. Instead, you gave us the tools to fight back." The space battle began with a thunderous exchange of energy beams and missiles. But this time, the humans were ready. Human ships moved like dancers, weaving between alien attacks. They had studied alien tactics for months. They knew every weakness, every pattern, every mistake the aliens made. The UES Defiance flew straight at Zextar's flagship. Its weapons fired in perfect timing with the alien shield failures. Every shot hit its target, evasive maneuvers. Zextar shouted, but it was too late. Human fighters swarmed around his ship like angry bees. Captain Lisa Chang piloted her fighter, the Earth's Fury, into the heart of the alien formation. "This is for every human they killed," she yelled, firing her weapons at an alien cruiser. But the humans had learned something else from the aliens. Sometimes sacrifice was necessary. When Captain Chang's fighter was damaged and about to explode, she did not eject. Instead, she flew directly into the alien ship's bridge. The explosion tore through the alien vessel's command center. Another enemy ship was destroyed. All across the battlefield, human ships used tactics the aliens had never seen. Some rammed enemy vessels. Others exploded themselves to take out larger targets. The humans fought with a fury that terrified their enemies. "These humans are insane," shouted an alien captain over the communication channel. "They're destroying their own ships." "No," replied Admiral Martinez, who had intercepted the transmission. "We're fighting for our freedom. That's something you've never understood." The battle raged for 6 hours. Slowly, the tide turned in humanity's favor. The aliens had more ships, but the humans had better tactics and stronger will. Reports began coming in from across the galaxy. On the slave world of Centauri Prime, workers had stopped mining when they heard about the battle. On Vega Station, enslaved species were rioting against their alien masters. "Sir," Zextar's communications officer reported with fear in his voice, "we're receiving messages from all over the galaxy. The slave species are rebelling. They think the humans are going to win." Zextar looked at his tactical display. Half his fleet was destroyed or badly damaged. The humans kept fighting with incredible determination. "Sir," his second-in-command said quietly, "perhaps we should consider retreat." Retreat? Zextar roared. We are the Galactic Council. We do not retreat from primitives. But even as he spoke, more human ships appeared. These were different. Ships built by other species who had joined the human alliance. The rebellion was spreading. Admiral Martinez's voice came over the open channel one more time. All alien vessels, this is your final warning. Leave our solar system now, or face complete destruction. On his flagship, Zextar faced the hardest decision of his military career. His pride demanded that he keep fighting, but his survival instincts told him the truth. The humans had won. All vessels, he said reluctantly, begin tactical withdrawal. Sir? His tactical officer asked in confusion. You heard me. Fall back to the edge of the system. We need to regroup. As the alien fleet began to retreat, Admiral Martinez made an announcement that would be heard across the galaxy. This is Earth calling all free species. We have defeated the Council's invasion fleet, but our fight is not over. We will not stop until every slave is free, until every tyrant is defeated. The message spread from world to world, carried by hidden transmitters and whispered by brave souls. The galaxy's enslaved species began to hope again. The humans had done the impossible. They had fought the mighty Galactic Council and won. But this was only the beginning. Part 5. Mercy for the Merciless script for YouTube video. 800 words. Dramatic opening. First 30 seconds. The Great Galactic Council chamber was in chaos. Alien species that had ruled the galaxy for 1,000 years now ran around like frightened children. Emergency alarms blared from every speaker. The humans are at our doorstep, screamed the reptilian delegate, his scales turning pale with fear. They've destroyed half our fleets. Council leader Vorthak slammed his 6 fists on his desk, trying to restore order. But for the first time in his long life, he felt something he had never experienced before. Terror. On the giant view screen above them all, a human fleet hung in space outside the Council station. Earth's ships surrounded the massive structure like predators surrounding their prey. How did this happen? Vorthak roared. How did these primitives become so powerful? Nobody had an answer. The humans had done the impossible. Main story continues. The rebellion had spread across the entire galaxy like wildfire. One by one, enslaved species had risen up against their alien masters. The humans had given them something more powerful than weapons. They had given them hope. Admiral Martinez stood on the bridge of the UES Defiance, looking at the Council station through her view screen. Behind her, representatives from dozens of freed species worked alongside human officers. Admiral, reported Captain Kim, all allied fleets are in position. We have them surrounded. The human fleet was no longer alone. Ships from the liberated worlds of Centauri, Vega, and Proxima flew alongside Earth's vessels. Former slaves had become warriors for freedom. Admiral Martinez opened a communication channel to the Council station. Council Leader Vorthak, this is Admiral Martinez of the United Free Worlds Alliance. You are surrounded. Surrender now. Inside the Council chamber, panic reached new heights. The insect-like delegate clicked his mandibles nervously. We should surrender. The humans have proven they cannot be defeated. Never, roared Vorthak. We are the Galactic Council. We do not surrender to anyone. But his defiance rang hollow. Around the chamber, other council members whispered among themselves. Fear had replaced their arrogance. The bear-like delegate stood up slowly. Council leader, perhaps we should consider terms of surrender. The humans have shown mercy to other species who surrendered. Mercy? Vorthak laughed bitterly. They will enslave us like we enslaved others. They will make us pay for every crime we committed. But the bear-like delegate shook his massive head. No, Council leader. That is what we would do. But the humans are different. He was right. Across the galaxy, freed worlds had seen something amazing. When human forces liberated enslaved species, they did not become the new masters. Instead, they helped establish free governments and left each world to rule itself. The communication channel crackled to life again. Admiral Martinez's voice was calm and strong. Council members, you have 1 hour to make your decision. Surrender peacefully or face the consequences. One by one, Council species began to break ranks. The first to surrender was the blue-skinned Kelxians, Commander Zextar's people. The Kelxian Republic formally surrenders to the United Free Worlds Alliance. Their delegate announced, "We request mercy and protection." Other species quickly followed. The insect-like Zygnoids, the crystal beings of Altair, the gas-form creatures of Nebula 7 all declared their surrender. Soon, only a handful of die-hard Council species remained loyal to Vorthak. From her ship, Admiral Martinez watched the Council Station's defenses power down. "Captain Kim, are you receiving surrender signals?" "Yes, Admiral. 43 species have officially surrendered. Only 5 species are still fighting." Admiral Martinez made the decision that would define humanity's place in galactic history. "Send a message to all surrendering species. Tell them they are under Earth's protection. No harm will come to them." In the council chamber, Vorthak stood alone. His closest allies had abandoned him. His mighty fleets were destroyed. His 1,000-year empire was crumbling. The chamber doors opened, and a figure in dark robes entered. It was the ancient who had voted against enslaving Earth so long ago. "Hello, Vorthak," the ancient said quietly. "I warned you this would happen." Vorthak's 6 eyes burned with hatred. You knew this would happen." The ancient nodded sadly. "We have seen many species rise and fall. We knew the humans were special from the moment we studied them." "How?" Vorthak demanded. "How did you know?" "Because slavery never lasts," the ancient replied. "It creates its own destruction. The humans simply proved what we have always known. Freedom is stronger than fear." The final battle was brief. The last 5 council species fought desperately, but they were outnumbered 100 to 1. When their ships were destroyed, the galactic war was finally over. Admiral Martinez's fleet docked with the council station. Human marines, accompanied by soldiers from freed worlds, marched through the corridors that had once echoed with the voices of tyrants. In the great chamber where Earth's fate had been decided, Admiral Martinez faced the surviving council members. They knelt before her, expecting death or enslavement, but Admiral Martinez surprised them. "Rise," she said firmly. "You will not kneel to us. That ends here." Vorthak looked up in confusion. "You are not going to enslave us?" Admiral Martinez shook her head. "The cycle of slavery ends today. You will face justice for your crimes, but you will be treated fairly. Your species will be given the chance to earn their place in a free galaxy." The ancient stepped forward and removed his hood, revealing an ancient face marked with wisdom. "This is why we voted against your plan," he said to the other council members. "We knew that if you tried to enslave the humans, they would end up freeing everyone." 6 months later, the new Galactic Assembly held its first meeting. Representatives from over 1,000 free worlds gathered in the same chamber where the vote to enslave Earth had taken place. Admiral Martinez, now Secretary General of the United Free Worlds, stood before the Assembly. "Today we establish a new principle for our galaxy. No species shall rule over another. No world shall be enslaved. Freedom is the right of every sentient being." The chamber erupted in cheers from 1,000 different voices. In the back of the chamber, the ancient smiled. He had lived long enough to see something beautiful. A galaxy where freedom replaced fear, where cooperation replaced conquest. The vote that was meant to enslave Earth had instead freed everyone. As the humans had proven, hope was indeed the most powerful force in the universe. The end. In the cold darkness of space, a massive station floated like a metal city. Inside its great halls, 847 different alien species gathered for the most important vote in galactic history. The council chamber was huge. Strange creatures filled every seat. Some had scales, some had fur, some looked like walking rocks. All of them had one thing in common. They were here to decide Earth's fate. High above them all sat the council leader, a giant creature with 6 arms and glowing red eyes. His voice boomed across the chamber. "The vote is now final," he announced. "Should the planet called Earth become a slave world to serve our galaxy?" The tension was thick. Every alien held their breath. "All in favor of enslaving Earth, raise your hand." Main story begins. What happened next would change the galaxy forever. One by one, hands shot up into the air. Claws, tentacles, mechanical arms, they all rose high. The sound of movement filled the chamber like a wave. The council leader began counting. 100, 200, 500, on and on it went. More and more alien species voted yes. They wanted Earth as their slave planet. 700, 800, 846. The chamber fell silent. Only one species had not raised their hand. In the far corner, a small group of beings in dark robes sat quietly. They were the ancients, the oldest species in the galaxy. Nobody knew much about them. The council leader stared at the ancients. "You vote no?" The ancient speaker stood up slowly. His voice was old and tired. "We vote no. This is a mistake you will all regret." Laughter filled the chamber. The other aliens thought the ancients were being foolish. A reptilian creature with sharp teeth spoke up. "Why protect these humans? They are weak. They have only been in space for 50 years. Another alien looking like a giant insect clicked its mandibles. "Their planet has the best resources in this sector. Water, metals, perfect soil. We need those resources. And they breed fast," added a blob-like creature. "Perfect workers for our mines and factories." The council leader raised his 6 arms for silence. "The vote is clear. 846 species vote yes. Only one votes no. Earth will become our slave world." The chamber erupted in cheers. Aliens roared, clicked, buzzed, and made sounds that had no name. They were already planning how to use Earth's riches. But the ancient speaker shook his head sadly. "You do not know what you are doing. You do not understand humans." "What is there to understand?" laughed the reptilian creature. "They are just another weak species. They will surrender when they see our power." The ancient gathered his robes around him. "Humans are different. They do not surrender. They do not give up. They fight until their last breath. Let them fight!" roared a bear-like alien. "We have conquered 1,000 worlds. One more will be easy." The council leader slammed his fist on his desk. "Enough talk. The decision is made. Commander Zextar, prepare the first fleet. Go to Earth and deliver our message." A tall grey alien with no hair bowed. "Yes, council leader. How many ships should I take?" "Take 50 ships. That should be more than enough to scare these humans into surrender." The ancient speaker was walking toward the exit, but he stopped. 50 ships. You should take 50,000. Even then, it might not be enough." More laughter filled the chamber. The aliens thought the ancient was being dramatic. "Old fool," muttered the reptilian creature. "Humans are nothing special. They barely have space travel." The ancient looked back one last time. "You think numbers and technology win wars, but you forget the most important thing, the will to fight. Humans have something most of you have never seen." "What is that?" asked the council leader mockingly. "Hope. No matter how bad things get, humans never stop hoping, never stop believing they can win. That makes them the most dangerous species in the galaxy." With those words, the ancient left the chamber. His footsteps echoed in the sudden silence, but the silence did not last long. The aliens began talking excitedly about their new slave world. They discussed which resources to take first. They argued about which species would get the best human workers. Nobody listened to the ancients' warning. High above Earth, the first alien fleet was already gathering. 50 massive warships, each one big enough to destroy a city. Commander Zextar stood on the bridge of his flagship, looking at the blue planet below. "Such a pretty world," he said to his second-in-command. "Too bad it belongs to us now." His communication officer looked up. "Sir, should we contact the humans now?" "Yes, open a channel to their leaders. Let us tell them the good news. They are now slaves of the Galactic Council." But as the first message was sent to Earth, none of the aliens knew what was coming. They had no idea that they had just made the biggest mistake in galactic history. The vote was over. The decision was made. But the real story was just beginning. Commander Zextar stood on his ship's bridge, staring at the blue planet below. Earth looked so peaceful from space. White clouds drifted over green lands and blue oceans. It was beautiful, but beauty meant nothing to the alien commander. He had a job to do. "Open communication channel to Earth," he ordered. His communications officer pressed several buttons. "Channel open, Commander." Zextar smiled, showing rows of sharp gray teeth. "Attention, humans of Earth. I am Commander Zextar of the Galactic Council Fleet. Your planet now belongs to us. You are our slaves. Surrender immediately. On Earth, in a secret bunker deep underground, human leaders listened to the alien message. General Sarah Martinez, the head of Earth's defense forces, stared at the communication screen. "Did that alien just call us slaves?" she asked. President David Chen nodded grimly. "That's exactly what he said." The alien commander's voice came through the speakers again. "You have 1 Earth day to surrender completely. Lay down all weapons. Prepare to serve your new masters. Resistance is useless." General Martinez leaned forward and pressed the reply button. Her voice was calm and strong. "This is General Martinez of the United Earth Defense Force. We have heard your message." Commander Zextar waited for the words of surrender. This was always the easy part. Most species gave up quickly when they saw his fleet, but the human's next words shocked him. "We decline." Main story continues. The alien bridge fell silent. Nobody moved. The communications officer looked confused. "Sir," the officer said quietly, "I think there was a translation error." The human said, "We decline." Commander Zextar's eyes narrowed. "Run the translation again." The officer checked his equipment twice. "No error, sir." The human definitely said, "We decline." The other aliens on the bridge looked at each other. In their long history of conquest, no species had ever simply said no to the Galactic Council. Zextar activated the communication channel again. His voice was harder now. "Human, perhaps you did not understand. We have 50 warships. Each ship can destroy your largest cities. You cannot win." General Martinez's reply came quickly. "We understand perfectly, Commander. Our answer remains the same. We decline to become your slaves." The alien commander felt something he had not experienced in years. Confusion. "Then you choose war?" "We choose freedom," the human replied. On Earth, alarms blared in military bases around the world. Soldiers ran to their positions. Fighter pilots climbed into their aircraft. Navy ships left harbors and headed for open ocean. The humans had no idea if their weapons could hurt the aliens. Their technology was centuries behind, but they were going to fight anyway. Commander Zextar shook his head. These humans were clearly insane. "Very well, if you want war, you will have war. But remember, you chose this." The first battle began an hour later. Alien fighters, sleek and silver, dove down from space. They attacked military bases with bright energy beams. Human jets rose to meet them, firing missiles and bullets. At first, it looked hopeless. The alien ships were faster, stronger, better armed. They shot down human planes like birds. But something strange happened. Every time the aliens destroyed a human fighter, 2 more appeared. The humans kept coming. They never stopped fighting. Lieutenant Jake Williams flew his F-22 fighter straight at an alien ship. His missiles were gone. His guns were empty, but he did not retreat. "Control, this is Eagle 7, he said into his radio. "I'm out of ammo, but I'm not done fighting." "Eagle 7, return to base," came the reply. "Negative, Control. These aliens want our planet. Well, they can have my plane, the hard way." Lieutenant Williams pushed his throttle forward and flew directly into the alien fighter. Both ships exploded in a ball of fire. On his command ship, Zextar watched in horror. What is that human doing? Why did he destroy his own ship? His second-in-command, a blue-skinned alien named Kellex, was equally confused. "Sir, I do not understand. That human had no chance to survive. Why did he attack?" Similar scenes played out across Earth's skies. Human pilots with no ammunition flew their planes into alien ships. Tank crews with broken weapons drove straight at alien ground forces. Soldiers with no bullets left charged alien positions with knives and clubs.